Have you ever wondered how clean your drinking water really is? Statistics show that Canadians use on average 329 liters of water each day. This includes drinking, showering, bodily functions, you name it. But let's focus on what's going into us and right back into the water. So yes, what happens after we flush that toilet? If we're taking it, we're also drinking it. So essentially everything you put into your body is going right back into the water system. But they filter and clean the water, don't they? Painkillers, blood thinners, hormones, chemotherapy agents, and even illegal drugs such as cocaine and amphetamines. These substances pass right through most sewage treatment processes, which ends up back in our lakes, rivers, and into our drinking water.
You may be thinking, well, this isn't happening in my area, so why should I care? But actually, it's happening in our Great Lakes and rivers, to the point that the male fish are starting to turn female because the hormones that we secrete that then ends up in the water that they live in. So basically, the male fish are starting to develop eggs in their testes. So think about how many times in a week you take any type of drug, whether it's prescription or recreational, and then think about how many times you go to the bathroom in that week. Every single time you do, all the drugs that you've taken then get secreted back into the lakes and rivers, which then turns around and goes back into our drinking water, and we drink it all over again.
All wildlife depend on these lakes and rivers for survival, not just the human race. Without other animals, we wouldn't survive. It's all part of a greater system. Our drugs keep making it more difficult for that wildlife to survive. It's not killing our animals, it's mutating. Just like fishes out there who are getting involuntary sex changes. It's not just drugs messing with our so-called clean drinking water. It's also continuing to follow shifts during storms, trash that washes off the streets and into our rivers, and waste from landfills. So do something and help the water. Clean it, please.
We are blessed to have water that doesn't make us sick, unlike some third world countries. But considering we live in a place that prides itself so much on how well we have it at times, this is a growing issue and has been for a decade now. Of course, some of the drugs people are taking are needed to keep them alive and improve their quality of life. So to say that we should stop taking drugs in general to help keep our wildlife unmutated and our drinking water clean is very unrealistic. But one thing we as Canadians can do is we can pay attention to where our water is coming from.